Well, won't you look at that? We are back with another United States versus Mexico dual national battle in soccer. This time, both national teams have been battling for a promising 18-year-old winger from Real Salt Lake in Major League Soccer called Fidel Barajas. Many L3 fans believed that Fidel had already made up his mind and that he wanted and would only play for Mexico. And to that, I would like to say that we're not so certain of it. So today, we're bringing Fidel Barajas himself to the channel so you can hear it from Fidel Barajas if he wants the US men's national team. L3, if he's undecided. Talk about Major League Soccer, offers that he had from Europe, and much more. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo, and welcome to Tactical Manager TV, and welcome to another exclusive interview with a very promising talent from Major League Soccer. We had Fidel roughly a year ago here at the channel, and guess what? He's back. And as I said before, he is also one of the top talents in Major League Soccer that is currently eligible to play for the United States or Mexico. However, he is currently provisionally cap tied to play for L3 for Mexico. And if he wants to play for the United States, he would have to file a one-time switch eventually. So now you can sit back, relax, hit the like button. If you want more of these player interviews here at the channel, just hit the like button. That's how you tell us that you enjoyed this type of content. And by the end of the interview, make sure to comment down below. After you heard what Fidel had to say, do you think he's going to choose the United States or Mexico? All right, let's roll the intro and let's bring in Fidel Barajas. All right, everyone. About 1 year later, Fidel Barajas is back here on the channel, and he's still in high school. But welcome back, Fidel. How you doing, man?
Thank you, bro. I'm doing good. Thanks to God. How are you?
It's kind of crazy, man. You're still in high school, and we already interviewed you a year back because you were already playing professionally. It feels like you've been around for quite some time, and you just turned 18. And national team talks, RSL, good season, MLS. Let me start by asking you one thing, because the L3 fans, they've been bothering me quite a bit on Twitter, man. They're telling me that you are committed to Mexico. You're gonna play for the Mexican national team. They want you. And what I keep telling them, and maybe I'm wrong about it, was like last I heard from Fidel when we had you on the channel was that you were still undecided. You were open to possibilities. So can you start by addressing that? Are you still open? Has anything changed? Is it actually Mexico the team? Because you are provisionally cap tied, correct?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, letting know how last year I was with Mexico for a good year with the CONCACAF and then the World Cup. So I mean, it looks like I've been really stuck with Mexico, and I mean, it's been great. It's been great so far. I attended some U20 camps with Mexico already, and US just started calling me again. So it's cool to have them under my radar now. Like they're looking at me and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I've always said, I've always kept my options open. It's always a pleasure to play with either national team. I mean, until now, it's mainly been Mexico, but I'm always open to go back with US.
Yeah, they even circulated, I believe it was a week or two ago, where you were wearing socks in the RSL game that you were playing with the Mexican flag. Was that actually happen?
Yeah. I have some like custom socks of when I used to play with the national team, especially in the World Cup and then the CONCACAF, and I had some custom ones in Mexico. And I was like, why not wear them? Since I've been going with Mexico. But yeah, I have some nice custom
Oh,
socks.
you got them talking.
Yeah,
It definitely worked. You got
yeah,
them
I
talking.
did.
But Fidel, one more question here, still in the same topic. You mentioned call-ups. When have you been called in? Because you said that the U.S. youth national team has also called you in, but you haven't really gone in to their camp for quite some time. When have they called you in recently?
Yeah, it was early March when I had to talk with the coach and know that I had US calling me again and everything. So yeah, it was a camp in I think Morocco with the under 20s, under 19s. Played 2 games against Morocco and England, and I was supposed to go. I called me up, and I had some like difficulties with having to stay with the club for injuries and stuff. That opportunity for me to play, which I thought was amazing too, is to be able to get good MLS minutes in with the RSL and potentially have the start. So we agreed with me staying at the club to be able to play that game. So yeah, I mean, with US calling me, I hope they start calling me and they keep calling me and everything to hopefully attend a camp soon.
Because you technically, no, not technically, officially, you can't play an official competition for the US, right? You would have to file the switch.
Yeah, like this camp was friendly, so it was a good opportunity to go play with them. But yeah, it had to you can't it has to be friendlies or anything. It can't be FIFA competitions.
Um, Help me out with this one. If you get called in, let's say, to the Olympics, would you have to file a one-time switch? Do you know?
I'm not completely sure now. I don't know.
So what would you do?
Ooh, uh, I mean,
Just
I
got you
think
on that one.
we had to cross that bridge when it comes to it. I don't know. It's playing Olympics is unbelievable, but yeah, I don't know. I really thought about that.
No, I figured, and it's a good problem to have, right? If you do end up getting called in, and I'm gonna get to why I asked this question later in the video because one of your teammates, um, is almost a lock for the Olympics at this point. At least he's been called in quite a bit, Diego Luna. And it seems like you guys are playing a very similar level right now at the club. Even if I'm not mistaken, this weekend you started, he came off the bench, and you played for ourselves so far this season. From what I've looked at, you pretty much got minutes in every single game besides one, and you started two, I believe so, for RSL. There's also a U20 World Cup this summer. That one, you could U20, right? You can only play for Mexico because that would be an official competition.
Yeah.
Has there been any talks about you going? And my other question to you about Mexico there is that something RSL could not necessarily block, but I mean, you're kind of important in the team right now. It's not like you're a backup that doesn't get minutes. Do you think you're going to go to that? What's going on with that right now? The U20 World Cup.
Yeah. Since the beginning of the year, with Mexico and US, it's been that talk about that big competition coming up, and especially with Mexico, since I've been with them last year, so I want to have to do the one time switch with them. Is yeah, possibly being an important player to go to that World Cup. And I mean, with RSL and then the league and then Leagues Cup coming up during that time, I think they do have the opportunity to cancel the me going. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think I've talked with RSL and they're agreeing to whatever I want to do, whatever they think is best for me. But yeah, I mean, it would be a great opportunity to be able to go to the World Cup, especially with Mexico or US. It'll be a pleasure to go with both. But yeah, I mean, it's big games coming up and the league's still coming up during that time, so it'll be difficult. But I think RSL have my back. They're willing to do whatever I think I want to do and whatever I think is best.
Yeah, it looks like they are willing to cooperate with the players. We see that with Luna, how he's released with ease. Usually, he's been playing youth tournaments for the U.S. for quite a bit, and even you with Mexico. I believe you were released and all that. I think the camp you said you didn't go in March was probably when Pablo Ruiz got injured,
Yeah.
and that's why.
Yeah, and then Diego Luna going with the
Mhm.
Olympic team too. So it's a good opportunity for me to play.
Now, I'm still going to the US Mexico topic. I'm going to stick to it, but this one's not so much about you, this question. Uh, Ever since 2020, the US hasn't lost. Well, last time we lost to Mexico was in 2019, actually, at the senior level that I'm talking about. And it's been quite noticeable that the US has been the most dominant team in these performances, especially the last two. When you look at the Nations League twice and last year in 2023, now in 2024, from your perspective, because I want to pick on your perspective because you are Mexican American and you are a player that both youth teams of the US and Mexico are battling for. Does this have any impact on future, I guess, dual nationals picking the US over Mexico, the team that's being more victorious right now? I know you're older, you're not a kid, so maybe for you it won't have that big of an impact. But could you see that impacting young kids? Because you know how kids are, right? They want to go to the one that's winning, and they can be very impressionable with those things. So what are your thoughts on that? Thinking about the Fidel Barajas right now, and maybe yourself like 6 years ago. 6 years ago.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, yeah, every kid and especially as a young soccer player, you want to win. And like you said, he's been seeing U.S. being dominant and beating Mexico these past couple of years. But I mean, it's really to the person, the player. I mean, how they really feel about the country. I mean, obviously everyone wants to win. I want to win, and it's always been that rivalry between U.S. and Mexico. But I think as a young player, professional, you see not just who's winning, but who gives you the best opportunity, and what's gonna make you best for your future and where you want to get to. So I think right now, U.S. has been showing that a lot for young players. You see a lot of players coming from Europe from that play for U.S. and not as much from Mexico. So I think that's the biggest advantage for US, and obviously that they're winning. So I think as a player, including me, if I saw myself a couple years ago, I would want to play for US. You have big players coming from Europe that are young and are playing with the national team, and you can see that dominant in the field when they're beating Mexico. The example is past game where you saw US dominating the whole game. It shows the quality and the young players that come from Europe, and I think that's something big for young players that dream to get to Europe.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I'm not Mexican American, so I can't really comment on that perspective specifically, but I can kind of picture what you were saying because obviously there's the sense of pride that you would have for your country, proud to be from Mexican heritage, parents. But at the same time, when you're much younger, especially as a kid, not even your age, I'm going even lower, like a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, you're gonna go for the team that's winning. That's what happens for the most part. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have four.
Younger?
Two younger and two older. Yeah,
Okay, the younger ones. Did they watch soccer?
yeah.
And how are they dealing with this US Mexico rivalry these days?
No, yeah, the same way. I mean, as Mexican parents and everything, they think U.S. is better. They're always saying I should be playing with U.S. That they're always winning. So I get where you're coming from, and yeah, it's understandable. That's how every young kid is.
Yeah, kids. That's what I figured. That's why I asked about the siblings. And then there's the difference between your younger siblings and parents, which grew up in Mexico, I'm assuming. Now, you moved, last time we talked, you moved from USL. You won Player of the Year award. You were very successful last season at age 17. You just turned 18. You chose to go to MLS. I don't know how true it is, but I heard you had offers from Europe. I don't know if you can comment, not necessarily where the offers came from, but if it's true that you did. But you chose to go to RSL. Obviously, that's where you're playing. So far, it looks like it was a good decision. The minutes are there. You've had moments of flashes of talent, some nice assists that you got against Vancouver. But explain to us a little bit about that. Let me know first if you did actually have offers from Europe, and why do you think RSL was the right choice when you made that decision with yourself, your family, agent, everyone?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Europe offers were there. Like you said, that's true. At the end of the day, it was looking best for my future, for my current playing. Being able to get minutes and show the quality that's not just in USL, but that I could perform at the MLS level, the first division. Yeah, there's different teams with offers. Personally, I agreed upon, and I thought RSL would be the best option for me due to its history and the young players that have played there. For me, I thought it was important to get minutes, especially in the MLS. I thought is the next level for me, the next step. And I mean, right now it's working better than I expected. I'm getting more minutes. I already started 2 games. I didn't really imagine myself starting until later in the season. So being able to start this early in the season and be able to contribute like I have contributed already, I feel like it's been the best option. My family agreed, and my agent too. We all came in an agreement, and right now it's showing, it's paying off. It showed that it was the best decision for me.
Without mentioning clubs, so I don't get you in trouble, were there also other offers from MLS too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's MLS and Mexico teams and
Mm.
Europe offers too.
Okay, so you had a lot of options to choose there too. And how has it been like adapting to MLS? Obviously, it's a better league than USL. It's the first division of soccer in the United States. And any friends in the team, like any players that have been helping you as a mentor? How's your relationship with Diego Luna, for example? You guys are, he's also Mexican American. You guys are almost the same age. I think he's 20 or 21 right now, Diego. How's that going for you?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, the soccer competition, the level, it's way different. It's obviously his first division for a reason. But USL had players coming from MLS or from Europe, so it was kind of the same level. But as a young player, it's different. It's more physical, more smarter players from Europe. Legends that are playing right now in MLS. So it's been quite a ride. It's been amazing though. I feel like I've adapted quick, I feel like I've been doing good. I feel like there's obviously room to improve. But yeah, I mean, like you said, the players they've been such a huge help. The veterans, players like Diego Luna, the young players, I've learned a lot from them. That have been with the academy here in MLS or playing MLS Next Pro. They've all been a huge help. Yeah, like you said, Diego. I've looked up to Diego. He had the same. I'm following like the same pathway as him, playing USL and now playing in MLS. He's a great role model. He's an amazing player as you see in the field, especially last year, having a good season. And yeah, I mean that's someone who I go for help, and I just try to base my game around him. He's a perfect, I would say, like player as me, how I compare myself to. So I think like you said, I look up to him, and I mean I follow his steps.
And you haven't played Inter Miami yet. That's what I was trying to look here. You haven't played Inter Miami yet,
Yeah, that was the first game of the season.
and you got minutes in that game already.
Yeah, yeah,
So you play against Messi.
yeah, yeah.
How was that? I mean, just got to MLS. Think about this for a. Well, I mean, you probably did. Could you imagine 1 year ago? 1 year ago, you were in USL. Messi was with PSG still, right? Yeah, because he joined Inter Miami over the summer.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that you would ever play a game against Messi?
No, no. I mean, a year ago, I didn't really even imagine myself, being pro and at such a young age. So I mean, it's been an amazing year. It's been such a big turnaround this year, going playing USL and playing against the best player in the world. It's been amazing. I never imagined myself doing that.
Did you get to talk to Messi any moment?
Not really. Not in the moment. At the end, I try to just give him a handshake and say hi. But he's a busy player. He's always gonna be busy.
Just be honest with it. You were afraid of the bodyguard.
Yeah, yeah, mainly, yeah. That guy was creeping around.
You don't want to get tackled by that guy. I would not want to get tackled by that guy. Last but not least, you mentioned the offers from Liga MX. So you got offers from Mexico, other MLS teams, and then Europe. Your long-term goal. I know right now you're focused on RSL. I'm already anticipating that, so you don't even have to say it. Your focus is RSL. Long-term, years from now. I don't know how many years. You don't know how many years. Is your goal still to go to Europe, or you would like to build more of a career in the US, maybe Mexico, or that is the goal? It's like I need to improve now, get to Europe to the best leagues as fast as I can.
Yeah, yeah. My goal is still Europe. It's always been since I've been a pro as a kid. It's playing academy days. It's always been to play in the best league in Europe. In Europe, play Champions League. That's always been my dream. And like you said, right now focusing on RSL. I've been just really locked in, trying to improve every day, and then hopefully a couple of years from now, be able to accomplish that goal to play in the best league in Europe and play a Champions League game. That's always been my dream, and that still is. I've been working hard for that, and I see myself there in a couple of years.
Do you have not a league you want to go to, but a favorite league in Europe?
Yeah, I would say La Liga. I've grew up watching them a lot. Now really watching the Premier League, so it's mainly been those two top leagues. They're obviously the two best leagues in the world right now. So I've been following those two mainly.
I would probably go with the one that still has teams in the Champions League this year.
Yeah, yeah, that's the two
But
accomplishment dream. Yeah.
Fidel, that was all. I wanted mainly to have this episode so people could hear from you a year later. It's been a while, but it flew by. And they wanted to know. They wanted to know if you were still open to the United States, Mexico, what's going on. And I guess nothing is still decided then. But that's all. Thank you very much, Fidel. I appreciate it once again. Anything else before we go? Anything you want to say to close the
No,
episode?
no, just thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Drop a like before you go and have a great day. Bye bye.